G'day folks, welcome to Opal's NZ. I'm Tim and today I'll be cutting some cheap rough opal from Coober Pedy. So yeah, it's $200 for this opal sandwich, and let's see if we can make something beautiful with it. So there is actually 50 carats of material here. These two, I bought all these pieces individually, and this big piece was $150, so that's the best bit. And these two were $25 each. So yeah, I mean, there's actually some nice color in there. So I'm hoping I'll get a couple of nice white opals out of these pieces. Yeah, which should hopefully, depending on how far that colour bar goes, which I mean that one looks like it goes quite a way there, and this one as well. So, but this, even though this I'm calling this cheap, this piece in particular is actually really interesting. It looks dark base, but that bottom bar there is actually a water bar or jelly, super clear, transparent opal. They call it, like, it looks like water, completely clear. So then there's a color bar above that. But if you see yeah, you can see how clear that bottom bar is. It's insane. And then there's a color bar. There's actually a bar of foggy cotton wool looking stuff, and then the color bar above that. So I'm really just not sure how this is going to cut, but I'm quite excited about it because it's just so unusual. So I'm going to take the skin off this clear side and just see what it looks like from that side, and then but I'll probably end up facing it from this direction, but I just want to have a look under the skin at that water bar and see what it looks like. I may end up making it double-sided with some sort of really interesting kind of picture stone maybe, but we'll see. So let's jump on the wheels and have a grind. Alright, let's start with one of these pieces. Yeah, so for $200, I think I should easily be able to make some money off of this. But I could be wrong, we shall see. Alright, let's start with this piece. What do we got here? So, we've got a bar that angles off to nothing at this end. So I guess I'll just start bringing that in. I mean, you can see it's got a tiny bit of colour there, but we'll just bring that in until it thickens up a bit. Okay, we've got slightly thicker bar there now. Well, let's just take the top off, have a look. Very low stress cut being a, oh, look at that. That's pretty nice actually. Shit. Take it easy. I was just going to say it's a pretty low stress cut because it's so cheap, $25 piece of rough. Wow, that's not bad. Yeah, it's almost got the makings of script pattern there. Wouldn't that be amazing? First script pattern stone and a bit of $25 rough. That would be Murphy's Law. Wow, that's actually quite nice. Yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing up in this corner. There's quite a bit of thickness down here, so I'll come down a bit here. Maybe that mossiness will disappear and we'll get a nicer pattern. Kind of. That's actually really quite nice. It's a big piece. Wow. Don't know what to do with it. I need to slice it. Probably through there somewhere. Okay, so I'm going to slice it through here because we've got a thicker bar and it thins out up this end. So I'll go for a stone there. I think that pit's too deep. The bar's quite thin there. So let's slice. Actually, I'll just do a tile cut. Perfect piece for a tile cut slice. Bloody nice. Look at that bar was deeper where the sandpit was as well. We've basically lost the bar in that corner. So I'll bring that in here. Taking more off this end because the colour's not as good and it's not as thick. The logic there. Alright, everyone's ready for the doppy. get out of this bit. The colour bar's thicker than I thought it was, which is great. It's thin down this end. There you go, nice little cushion. Right, so let's have a play with this piece. We've got an angled bar, which is not showing up very well on camera there. You can see it there. There appears to be nothing here. So this one might be much smaller, so I'll come in from this end. You can actually see a hint of colour there. Nada. Just see the colour peeking through there. It's quite difficult to see it. Just there, yeah, right in the centre. So I'll probably come in a little bit more. See if it brightens up. Yeah, it is. Okay, it's starting to see it a bit brighter. I think my water has run out. I need to refill my water. Let's do that real quick. Oops. Okay, we have the wet stuff. We are back in business. Now, where were we? So there we go, starting to come through. Yeah, it's a bit milky or very milky there. Right, so let's take the top off. At this point, I am happy as Larry with that other piece. And look at this, it's doing it as well. Not as bright though. it's kind of a is it Asteria, where the focal point would be here, somewhere off this direction here, and it's sort of fanning out in little fingers. Still need to get that spot out though. Should probably do that first. Do I cut this in half? It's getting a bit thin to be one big stone. I don't really want to cut it in half. Look at that. Well, I was not expecting this at all. Okay, now for this piece. I am going to take this bottom skin off first, where it's got that water bar. You can see it looks dark, but it's actually just clear, so let's do that first. Look at that. Wow, what an interesting piece. Interesting piece. Right, I'm going to go around the sides now. Probably should have done that first, actually. Okay, so we got two colour bars. It's almost like a spiral. This colour bar, this is pretty amazing. So that colour bar starts there and it comes around and then it goes back up there. And then we've got this one below it that comes around, goes up, up and up, and then almost down again. Oh, sorry, and then down again there. Highly unusual. Well, I might come down on this top cap and see what we can expose there. So before I take all of that off, I've got to be careful that I don't actually want to face it from this direction. I mean, if I face it from this direction and leave some of that jelly on there, it's going to look like a triplet, but it's a naturally forming one. I think it's too cool to not do that. I kind of want to test it from this side to see how brightly that colour may face, but to be honest, I think it's probably not going to be any brighter than what I can see under there. so I might just polish it up as is, just clean it up, polish it up with a view of facing it from this side for now, and just keep it as a specimen. Such an unusual piece. Okay, so I mean, it's not at all bright like that, but it looks like if I did continue through to that bar, it would actually face quite nicely. But I'm gonna just give it a pre-polish on this and have a think about this before I go any further. Alright, so I'm going to slice this corner here off because the colour bar goes down underneath this pot, so I might be able to continue grinding that down to make it a bit brighter, and then I'm going to go for an oval stone in there, so we'll slice it up. Grind that off. Be about 3 carats probably. And this triangle. Okay. Get them dopped up and get them cut. So that's all of our pieces there. Okie dokie, we're done. So these are our 5 pieces. These are the two $25 pieces here, and this is the $150 piece here. So the winner of the day is this gem, in my opinion. And from a $25 piece, that is absolutely phenomenal. That pattern is really nice too. I thinned it out a bit because I went down. I wanted to go down a little bit on that color bar to see if that kind of mackerel pattern would show through stronger. So there is a little bit of moss on top, and it did a little bit. It is a fairly thin stone, but it's a very beautiful stone, and that's 2.6 carats. So yeah, really happy with that. And this is the part that I sliced off of it. Oops. So it's made a beautiful little 1.2 carat cushion cut. And that also has nice colour, not quite as nice as the big one, but almost. It's a bit more directional, that little cushion cut. So yeah, really stoked with that. That's about 4 carats of really nice colour from a $25 piece. So I'm just blown away by that. I mean, those 2 stones will be worth 10 times that easily. This is the other $25 piece, which I cut a freeform. And that's pretty nice too. It's pretty directional, but in certain directions it has very nice colour and very nice pattern. There's some like flagstone and chaff and a little bit of a stereo pattern with the nucleus up here. You can see it a bit better from this orientation. Yeah, see these fingers of colour. So I could slice this, but I like it like that. And that weighs, I haven't weighed this one yet. I reckon that would be probably nearly 4 carats, I reckon. Wow, 5.18. So it's actually over 5 carats. So yeah, really stoked with that as well. And these two came from the so that's like $50, and they're probably, I don't know how much they'll be worth. Quite a bit of money for those 3 stones there. And these are the $150 piece. So quite interesting, but quite dull. I'd give it a B2. Those are B3s. Actually, that's probably a B2 as well. Oh, yeah. Might just scrape into a B3. That's, I reckon, yeah, pretty similar in brightness. Anywho, that's quite nice. It's an unusual stone. That clear potch layer on top, which it still has a tiny bit of it in places. It does have red and blue, which is quite nice, and it's a grey base. And that's the little triangle we sliced off the end of it, which has a broad flash. Quite a nice little broad flash, quite directional. But that big one weighs 4.67. And the triangle 1.38. So that's 6 carats there. So definitely get my money back on that, and some, double my money, probably easy on that. So yeah, really stoked. Just blown away with these $25 pieces. Look at that. That'll make a beautiful necklace or a ring. It's probably better suited for a pendant because it is quite thin. And just the, yeah, it's a nice pattern. See, that might have a bit of an asteria pattern going on too. Interesting. Let me know what you guys think that pattern is. I haven't seen something like this very much at all, really. It's like a mackerel kind of pattern. I think that's what it's called. Anyway, that's those pieces. Thanks, as always, thanks for watching. A little sneak peek of an upcoming piece. I don't know if I'll do this next week, but look at that. It's going to make an awesome freeform, I reckon. So yeah, thanks again for watching. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.